Welcome back, everyone. So we're going to fit Matty for some wedges today.
Excited.
A year on since we got you into some SM7s. We need to tighten up both of our short games, don't we?
Definitely do.
We've talked about that a lot in the live streams and things like that, and we both feel that we're leaking a little oil around the greens and on the greens, and we'll get to that later
on and around
today.
the greens, yeah.
Yep. So my Arcos data has shown me that by far the worst part of my game is around the greens.
Yeah.
Not so much. It thinks I'm a half decent putter, but
you probably aren't bad.
Definitely chipping is a weakness for me.
Yeah, I believe the few rounds we did in Florida, I was like a 25 chipping handicap.
Yeah.
So there's room.
Work to be done.
Yep.
So we're going to look at your wedges overall. You wouldn't say you were unhappy with your SM7s last year, but
so yeah, they were good. They've probably received enough wear. I mean, I'm being picky. Are they needing to be replaced?
Yeah.
Probably not, but I have the luxury of being able to do it, so it's a good time to revisit it. I definitely want to revisit sort of the shaft issue because I'm really happy with these that you fit me to.
You've done some good work. You've done some stuff with Tyler.
We did. That was
the early
great.
part of the winter. You've done some stuff recently with Gareth.
The wedge stuff with Gareth has been very interesting. So I'm definitely like you. I'm really looking forward to focusing on the short game.
Definitely.
It just needs so much work, and it's a good time to, I guess, dial the equipment in. Won't think about it, won't worry about it. I'm happy with it, and then I can work on my performance.
I mean, it's that kind of scenario of, well, I don't really love practicing because I don't hit my chip shots all that good, or
I'm not good at it, so I don't want to practice it.
But to get good at it, you need to practice it. So it would be nice to to get some little upgrades and start to feel like you're hitting some better shots. You've changed your technique, so your wedge needs are different now.
So one thing that we'll have chatted about and the videos with Gareth would have outlined a lot is just way too much kind of hinge and hold crap that's left over from years ago. Yeah. So he's really helped me kind of start to get the bounce, get the club into the turf a bit. I suspect that grind and bounce needs will have changed pretty substantially. I hope they have.
Yeah. And
even if they haven't substantially, I can show you what I'm working on, and then we can, I guess, dial the fit towards the goal technique. Maybe 100%. Not so much what I'm doing this second.
Yeah. So, like we would in any fit, I'm going to ask you what heads have you seen that you really like from all the wedges we carry?
The short list for me, I would like to try T20s from Mizuno. I'd like to try SM8s for sure.
Yeah.
TaylorMade MG2s, is that what they're called now? And I'm missing one. Jaws. Callaway Jaws, I would like to try.
Okay, so like we start every wedge fit, we're going to try and baseline your yardages. Before we get into the nitty gritty of how we modify the sole grinds and that sort of thing, we're going to establish how far the clubs go.
Gotcha.
And then we're going to get into the nuances. Okay, beyond the full swings, how versatile can we make your short game?
Very good.
All right, so let's hit your pitching wedge to start with, Matty.
Sounds good.
T100.
Lovely pitching wedge that it is.
140 is your stock number with this, eh?
That's the number, yep. So I promptly hit it too far. That was just a bit juiced, it wasn't. That's the number. That's a good swing. Spun a little bit more. I think I struck it a bit nicer. And that's good too.
Lovely control in these. Really nice.
Yeah, the wedge has been really, really good.
All right, Matty boy, exactly like you thought. 140 on the number. Lovely launch and spin. Everything's good about that.
I'm very happy with that.
Yeah, your wedge, your full swing, you must feel very comfortable when you have a wedge in your hands from 140 right now.
It's one of the clubs that I feel I hit greens with quite often.
I mean, it just looks like you could have stood there and done that all day.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is a very comfortable environment for you, but it doesn't look like, it looks fairly bulletproof to me.
I'm not fighting anything, am I? Like, it's just the equipment's in a great spot. I just have to make a decent swing.
Okay, Matty boy, at the risk of adding in some subjective bias to the whole thing,
I know.
We're going to start you at T20 because you really like them.
I have to say, I remember when we tested them, and Chris Vishal and our pal Caldwell were here.
Yeah.
I remember seeing the gap wedge and hitting a few and going, that's as good a gap wedge can look. You can't make a gap wedge look any better.
Fraction smaller in head size than
it looks like
some.
It blends with an iron set.
Yeah.
That's why I like it.
Yeah.
To me, it looks like a T100 if they made a gap wedge at address. So yes, I'm definitely a little bit biased towards these. I'll admit it.
Okay.
But if they don't work, then we'll move on.
That's the thing. We're going to be governed by the performance.
Yeah.
We're not trying to fit something in that doesn't work. So
it's either going to work or it won't.
Okay. So 125 is our number.
Perfect.
But if it happens to go in the hole, we'll be quite happy.
Laugh my ass off. Go in. Oh, sure. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Feels good, bud.
It sounded like you got more of the ball there.
Yeah, I'd be very happy with that.
Lovely.
Good.
Okay, so head into the SM8. Little bit of a more traditional wedge shape.
Yeah, it looks great.
But I think they really do look great. I like them a lot.
It's very nice. I love the satin kind of finish.
Yeah.
Very partial to that. All right.
The only difference between this and the SM7 is 1 degree of bounce. Sorry, the T20 is 1 degree of bounce.
This has 1 degree bounce.
This is 8 degrees. The T20
Unlikely to notice.
7? Yeah, very unlikely. Okay, just give it a wee tug.
Hi.
A wee tug.
Doesn't love a tug.
What do you feel different when you swing these two?
Turf interactions seem better with Mizuno. I kind of feel like this, I mean, I struck that fine, but it kind of feels like it's getting stuck in the ground a bit.
You are not even close to the same spin window.
Oh, it's lower spin?
So your spin it's more like your pitch and wedge spin. It's actually less spin than your pitch and wedge.
Interesting.
The Mizuno is a good 500 more.
The flight of the Mizunos looked more like what I would like.
Yeah.
SM8s, while okay, I don't feel like I was. It honestly kind of feels like how I am with my gap wedge now. Like I don't hit a ton of great shots with it, if I'm honest.
Okay.
Feels nice. Firmer this one. A little firmer.
That was good.
Better. Kind of like, yeah, its strike was better, but dropped the spin down, so maybe it was actually a bit high. I kind of feel like I'm hitting them a little high and soft. That felt like quite a good hit, which I think it actually was. They feel a little high and soft.
Fair. Your launch angle is a tad higher. Your spin rate is okay.
Yeah.
It's a little bit spotty.
That's nice.
That looked lovely.
Flight looks good. To my eye, that looked like it flew more at the height that
Yeah, 20. Spin was better. So I'm looking at like 25 and low 10,000s. Those are key numbers.
Okay.
Ball speed has to be above 100.
Okay.
Right? So that's going to get you to your number.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I kind of felt like I left that a little open, but it flew the full distance, and it can't be more than a few feet. Go in and I'll buy them. Oh.
Hard to sort of pick those two apart other than T20 was a little more consistent on spin.
Yep.
Standard deviations. Your proximity is excellent, obviously, on both.
Yeah.
7'6", 7'11", so nothing in that. Distance is good. Height is exactly the same.
Okay.
Angle of descent is similar. You spin the T20s a little bit more. to be honest, right now is an absolute dead heat, with the one exception is that you've spun the T20 a fraction
just a bit more.
So,
okay,
probably just kind of, continuing on with those ones.
I agree.
The other ones probably didn't float your boat quite as much.
I think they all would have been okay, but I felt the most natural and I hit the best shots. Kind of hard to argue with, right?
Yeah. So let's kind of move forward with those two.
All right.
All right, Matty boy. So still sort of looking more at full shots, but now we are starting to think more of the partial shots.
Definitely.
Round the green, you will probably hit some bump and runs with your gap wedge, but you're not really opening the face and trying to get too cute with it.
It's always a straight. I'll chip with it for sure. You're absolutely right, but not face angle doesn't change.
No. So 54.08 this is.
Yep.
We have bent it to 55.09.
Perfect.
And we think that could be a really nice spot for you.
I think it makes a lot more sense. I've gone 60 will be my highest loft for sure.
Yeah.
And I currently have a 54, which doesn't really make sense with the yardages, so I expect this will make a lot of sense.
Exactly. So your decision this year has to be to go with a little more loft around the greens.
I like that for around the greens.
Yeah.
And I'm prioritizing my partials for that. I'm not so concerned about the full swing yardage, so I would like to see the other wedges match that.
Good. Okay, let's start with a few.
Okay.
And 110 is pretty conservative for you. You're normally like a 120 number.
With the 54, so yeah.
But starting to really probably think about hitting softer wedge shots.
I need to stop. Yeah, I want the ball to go, based on the 125 gap, 113 in the air would be nice.
That'd be lovely.
Okay. Let's look for that. Oh, as requested. That felt nice.
Just what the doctor ordered.
That's lovely.
If you were telling me you were 112 with this, I'd be over the moon. Should be right on your number you were just talking about.
I really like this one, dude.
Might go in. Oh! You dirty dog. That was nice. That is a high quality sand wedge, my boy.
Love it. Yep, I like that so far.
Okay.
Good. Oh, it's good.
Well, juicy on that one.
Yeah, it was a little, maybe just a faster swing. Okay.
Okay, go back to T20 again for me. I like that. Almost like little cuts. That's a really
it's very
nice
straight,
looking,
isn't it?
Oh, this looks so good.
There seems to be a certain comfort level appearing with this. I've hit my number with it more often.
Yeah, you have.
I kind of have a hard time arguing with it. I like that.
Doesn't really want to deviate, does it?
Really. I definitely feel more automatic with it. So it gets through the turf nice.
I mean, again, it's a case of being very, very sort of picky and splitting hairs on it. They're both performing great. And when you look at the carry numbers identical, the peak height's identical, the descent angle's identical, we're kind of starting to get into, okay, what does what it does most often?
Yes.
There's decimals. I mean, they're so similar for you.
It's obvious that I could play either of them.
You could play either of them.
But I like this. This is kind of a real life situation. You've got someone in the bay. At some point, you kind of need to pick something that you like.
100%. You know, at this point, we're probably going to start going, okay, Matt, hit an 80-yard sand wedge. Let me see what the little partials do.
I really like this, dude. I hit that too hard.
I don't think I've seen you hit your wedges as good as this.
No, there's definitely a different flavor going on here with
You're
these.
flagging them right down that center stripe here. You're on autopilot with this.
Yeah, these are quite good. Oh, I like that. That's nice. That's closer to trying to hit it 90-ish, 95. Funny how it spins the exact same on, you know what I mean? Like 95 or 100, they're spinning the same amount. I like. Okay, so you did that. So it's 60?
60, 14.
It actually has 14 degrees of bounce. Interesting. Well, it's great on the full swing, no doubt.
Great on the full swing. So this will be very telling to see what it does on the little partials here.
Okay. That's the one.
Lovely.
Yeah, that's good. Do 5. Ooh, that's a different planet.
That was nice. That's really high quality there.
I really like this. I kind of like the extra degree you put on it too.
So off bare lies, probably would expect the 60 or 6107 to be better.
To be better.
But let's see off the, what one you got here?
So I have the bounce, extra bounce one. High bounce.
Okay, so let's stick with the same
50
shot.
yarder. Nice. So I kind of feel like I'm kind of thinning them, to be honest. Just a bit.
Okay, so go to the 61.
It's a bad first example. Went right under it.
High launch.
Oh. There's no question, it's very different.
Different, eh?
Very different on the soft lie. Really gets in the earth. Okay, so not surprisingly, I'm better with the high bounce off the super soft lie.
Yeah.
And I'm better with the low bounce on the more traditional firm lie. Sold.
That was nice, eh?
Well, it was a middle ground. That's exactly what it feels like. Like the high bounce was too high, and
The
the
low
low
bounce was too low.
Was too low.
So you need 10.
I don't feel like I'm thinking about these last few, just hitting them. Yeah, that's sick.
That's the perfect way to round it off, eh?
Perfect.
Signed, sealed, delivered. A set of T20s it is.
I'm really, really pleasantly surprised.
Jazzed up by that.
Yeah, I kind of thought, like, I told you when we started, like, I really like the look of them. If I'm being totally honest, I didn't think they would be the best fitting result for me, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm happy that I'm getting them, but I would have expected something else to give me better performance. So I'm pleasantly surprised that they actually were the best in terms of numbers, too.
Yeah, you were great. You were really tight in your tolerances all the way through it.
Yep.
We had to work a little bit at the 60, which you should. So we could have accepted that the 60.06 was great from the mat there.
So nice.
But the reality was when we tested you on a softer surface, it didn't work.
It dug. Yep.
It really dug. The launch went high, the spin came down, your distance was inconsistent. And then when we went to the 60.14, which was a 58.12 weakened, it was too low in the head, and it just wasn't, again, it wasn't consistent.
It just was, even off the fluffiest of lies, yes, I could pick a couple, but mostly still too thin.
Yeah.
So 10 degrees of bounce, a little bit of the M grind relief, which would be nice when I open it.
Definitely.
That was by far the best feeling contact off of the softer turf too.
No question. That was your middle ground. So I think the high bounce was good in the softer turf, but not as good on the tight turf. And then obviously vice versa on the 60-06. And then the 60-10 is right in the middle.
Nice when it kind of works out the way that the numbers indicate, right? Not
For
exactly
sure.
a shock, but good.
And we may end up modifying the 60-10, maybe even to 61-11, and having a little play, because you did like that 1 extra degree there.
I really did.
For soft, have the soft little 50-yarder.
In the short term, I would probably order them like that 100%, just because if anything, I need to work on getting less shaft lean. So a little extra loft right now is nice.
Yeah.
In worst case, I could just put it back to 60 later.
Yeah. Think about your game, right? So you've kind of got your par 5, so par 5 scoring, which is bread and butter for you.
Yeah.
When you go to course, 4 par 5, you're going, okay, I have 4 big chances.
Got to make birdie on 3.
Got to make birdie. So thing is, you now feel that if you hit a good drive, the hole opens up and it's a par 4.
Yeah, it should be.
If you hit a bad drive, oh, perfect, just get me to 50 yards.
That's what it's like a lot of the time. You're absolutely right.
Definitely.
And I used to go, oh God, I'll just lay it up to like 120 yards, put me back in play. Whereas now I can take a crack at the green.
Yeah.
If I leave it short, it's okay. I have some confidence that I can hit that shot. Last year,
definitely
not so much.
Yeah, I think that 80 to 50 range was really strong for you today.
Felt good.
Best I've ever seen it, to be honest.
It was definitely as good as I've hit it, yeah.
Yeah.
So, no, I'm really happy with those. Those are awesome.
Okay.
Handsome.
Very handsome.
S400 is a great complement to the X7s.
Yeah.
Is that basically what you would have recommended off the hop?
100%.
Yeah.
For how much you've taken to that X7, I really would.
It's just a softer version of that.
We'll probably do an X100 in the gap wedge.
Oh, okay.
So we'll probably soften that slightly, because you're still hitting full shots, very few partials. But when it comes to the sand and lob wedge, we are almost exclusively hitting soft shots.
Yeah, no full, and it will force me to stop trying to rip at those, which I need to do anyway. Great.
So, yeah. Very good.
Thanks, pal.
Okay, wedge is done.
Love it. Yeah, I'm happy with this.
Your bag's nearly there. Putter later today. We'll get to finish that.
The 3-wood is done. I'm going to
yeah.
have the new shaft for that going in today, probably, or tomorrow.
Hybrid and putter. Probably
hybrid and putter. So we talked off camera. The hybrid, quite good.
Yeah.
But a little, a 2020 version of it would be great.
Would be nice.
And then putter today.
Exciting.
Love it.
What's in the bag coming up very, very soon.
Very soon.
Okay, guys, hope you get a little chance to see how we do our full process there. Obviously, you'll see the slightly shortened, edited version, which is just so you guys don't have to sit through. I mean, we've went through basically an hour.
Yeah.
An hour and 40 minutes fit with Matt there.
Yeah, full. I mean, obviously, I think the camera made us go a little longer, but normally it's a full hour spent on the wedges.
At least a full hour. Yeah. But, trying to, obviously people sometimes have doubts about indoor wedge fitting. That's why we built the wedge board.
Yes, this is really good.
To be able to give different lie situations and stuff. Obviously, the one thing we can't do is replicate sand. We have to have a good conversation with the player on how they play those types of shots. But the key to all wedge fitting and all wedge makeup is versatility. You've got to have different grinds, different bounce and sole configurations, so that you're really good in any situation.
Good point.
It's not catering just to one thing.
Yeah, because then you can use, you've said to me before, use your middle wedge in the bunker quite a bit. It's got more bounce.
Absolutely.
Play your longer bunker shots with that, which I do, so I'm looking forward to that. And then obviously I can open this one up and play it soft if I need to.
Always had the best stretches of bunker play in my life when I've practiced with 50 or gap wedge and sand wedge, and then go ahead and hit lob wedges. It's remarkable how easy a lob wedge is to hit once you've been doing it with a gap wedge.
Oh, so you practice with the stronger loft?
Yeah, so because you don't have the loft, you have to make the loft.
Oh, I love that.
And it's so good for your technique.
So you shallow out, you take a nice little piece.
Absolutely. Then you put 6 in your hands, and it's easy. It feels like the ball's going vertical.
I might do that.
You're never short-sided.
I might practice that this week.
It's good.
Love it.
All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed that, and we'll see you again later this week.